Diary of Chris Gilmore. This is Season 2, Episode 2003. And today's podcast is all about becoming great and what is greatness. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. And let's get stuck into it. So everyone wants to be good at something. And my DNA has always been made me want to be the best at whatever I do. It's just me. It's the way I've been programmed. I've been that way ever since the day that I can remember. I've always been competitive and I've always wanted to win. And some people think that that is a bad thing, but where I look at winning very differently. There's nothing wrong in wanting to be the best or become the best person, because that passion is what will drive you to succeed and achieve the goals that you've set out. Now, lately, I've been watching more videos on YouTube than regular TV. I've been studying successful people from all walks of life, from business people to entrepreneurs, high-performing athletes, to find out what sets them apart and why some people achieve greatness and others don't. I personally believe everyone can achieve greatness in their life, but how do we tap into that? Where does it come from? How do you get it? Were we born like that? Like, there's so many questions. But a key thing that I've found is that most always have coaches, mentors, or people in their inner circle to lean on. For example, let's take Michael Jordan as a case study, possibly the best basketballer of all time, which I agree. And as some would know, I'm a massive Jordan fan. So how did MJ really become so great at basketball? Was it in his mindset? Like, it was, I believe 100% was his mindset. Like, he had the skill, but it was the mindset that made him absolutely great. He could accept failure, but he couldn't accept not trying, is probably the best way to sum Jordan up. But remember, Jordan wouldn't have been as good if he didn't have Phil Jackson, who was his coach during his time at Chicago Bulls. Now, Phil Jackson, he knew how to push and to get the best out of Jordan. So coaches and mentors, they are a vital part of the puzzle to greatness. Staying on basketball, let's now look at Kobe Bryant. When Kobe started playing basketball in his early years, he was actually terrible. And I mean, like, terrible. Like, there was a few games there where he never even scored any points whatsoever, just missed every bucket shot that he was doing, free throws, everything. But he knew that if he worked harder than anyone else, that he would become great. Listening to an interview with him the other day, he talks about what he had to do in his early years on his way to greatness. His coach said basketball and life is all, it's like math. The more that you do something, the better that you'll get, and how right he is. Kobe knew that most basketballers would train normally twice a week, plus a game. So in total, that was around 3 to 4 hours most players would be playing, where Kobe would spend 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon every single day. So when you add up his hours compared to the others, by the end of the year, he has outworked anyone else like 4 to 5 times. Post-game, he would then go to the gym to show the other players that he may not have their talent yet, but he was showing them that he would outwork them. And all that is in the mindset, to the fact that he is also possibly regarded as one of the all-time greats. But remember where he started. He was shocking. So it doesn't really matter what your talent is. Hard work will always beat talent when talent doesn't work hard. Now, I believe I've become great at my chosen career, which is real estate. The issue that I face every day with my staff is those that have not been on the entire journey with me. They never saw what we did at the beginning, the sacrifices that we took early into our career, the 4 a.m. starts, the 11 p.m. finishes, 7 days a week for 3 years straight, missing out on things with family, friends, parties. My mates would, you'd see them on social media, they would be going out, on the piss, to the pub on a Saturday afternoon. No, we were working. Sunday, we would go to the beach in the morning. I would get a phone call for an appointment at 3 o'clock. We would leave the beach, go and do that appointment. Like, we did every single thing possible. And I believe where I am today with our business and our name and our brand, because we do sell more properties than anyone else, is purely because I just outworked everyone. Like, I'm not as talented as some of the people that surround me. Like, we have some seriously talented people, real estate agents and people in our organization. And I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I will outwork anybody. First in the office, last to leave. Now, not as much nowadays. I've got a lot more balance, but we're talking about the early years. I got no doubt Roger Federer doesn't play as much now as what he did at the beginning. Look at Kobe at this beginning to the end. So I think a lot of people misjudge people when they see greatness. They think they were born like that. They never saw the actual hard work. And I'm going through that right now. So with my Ironman and triathlons, so people don't see me swimming. People don't see me at the gym. People don't see me getting up at 4:30 in the morning and riding for a couple of hours because it's an individual sport. No one sees me doing that work. And there'll be one year when I will then post on social media that we're competing at the world championships because that's my goal. And they'll be like, oh, wow, how did you get there? They just think it happens overnight. Success doesn't happen overnight. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. Greatness is being consistent. And that's what it's all about. So you can take greatness, whether you want to have a great relationship, it takes work. It's not great right at the beginning. It's not great 10 years in. It takes a lifetime to be great. If it's your sport, if it's a business you want to start, if whatever it is in life that you want to be great at, it takes hard work, dedication, passion, and it does take sacrificing things. I remember one of the agents that used to work for us, they no longer work for me now, and they said, Chris, I want to be $1 million agent. It's this big thing in real estate that people want to be $1 million agents, and I aspired to that too. I hit it, and then nothing changed in my life. Except more grey hairs. So I don't get it now once I've reached it, but it was the goal that we set. And this particular agent said, Chris, what do I need to do? And I explained to him, this is what you need to do. And I said to him, so which part of your life are you going to sacrifice? Are you going to sacrifice the holidays? Are you sacrificing the time with your family? Or are you going to sacrifice doing less work? And they're like, no, this is what I want. And I said, well, you can't have all three. What do you mean? And I said, well, you can't be working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week without sacrificing family time. You can't be going on 5-6 holidays a year overseas. That stops because that's the time when you should be working. So, and they didn't want to sacrifice any of that. And they haven't become $1 million agent. They're actually doing worse. So it's all mindset. So things you do have to sacrifice. Now, I was watching this motivational clip the other day on YouTube about becoming great and greatness. And I wanted to share with you on this podcast. I wanted to share the message from this clip. You said that you wanted to be great, but your actions don't say great. Your actions say mediocre. Your actions say second rate. So you really want to know what it takes. What it takes to be great. It takes courage. Courage to stand tall and fight for your dreams. The courage to say yes when everyone around you says no. Yes to your dreams. Yes to the late nights. Yes to the early mornings. Yes to the challenge. And yes to the fight. I've got the courage. I've got the heart. Anything that gets in my way of my goal, I will tear it apart. It takes work. Hard work. Real hard work. I am ready to grind. I am ready to work. Work harder than the rest, ready to become the best. It takes focus to lock in on your dreams when no one else follows theirs, to focus on the end result, that one big target you have, clear focus to know exactly what you want in life and never waver from that wanting. No setbacks, obstacles, nothing will break your focus. I am focused on my goal. I have my target. The past is gone, ready for the future. Got my blinkers on. It takes consistency because you'll never be great if you only work when you feel like it. If you only give 100% when you feel 100%, you will never reach your potential. You must give your all every single time, day in, day out, 100%, all you've got. It takes higher standards because you will never be great if you are okay with average. You must demand more from your life than anyone around would even consider. Higher work ethic, higher standards, more self-education, more training. Everything it takes to be great, you got to live that. It takes an obsession, obsessed with reaching your goals, obsessed with self-education, self-growth, obsessed with improving every single day, obsessed with becoming the greatest version of yourself. It's a healthy obsession, one that pushes you out of your comfort zone, pushes you beyond what others thought was possible for your life. It takes the ability to ignore opinions. Everyone has an opinion. Those who lack skill seem to have a louder one than those with talent. The only voice you need to listen to is your own, your intuition. It takes a fighting spirit to fight like a warrior. When you're down, when no one thinks you can, that's when you must show your heart, show your courage, show your fighting spirit. It takes dedication. The dedication to work on your dream, even when things aren't going your way. Dedication to take the responsibility and work on your weaknesses, to make them your strengths. The dedication to put all the insignificant things in your life to the background while you work tirelessly on your one big goal. Your one big goal, your one big dream. So that's all. That's all it takes to be great. No big deal, just a million things. Just a lifetime commitment. Have you got what it takes? Wow, just such a powerful message. Now, once I watched that clip, I did a bit more searching online just to see some of the greats and just to see what they were doing as well too. And Michael Jordan once said, obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Now I drive a Tesla, so I rate Elon Musk. Elon Musk once said, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. He's a true believer in that. Serena Williams, a champion is not defined by how many wins they have, but how they recover when they fall. Usain Bolt once said, dreams are free, goals have a cost. While you can daydream for free, goals don't come without a price. Time, effort, sacrifice, and sweat. So to become great, it takes hard work, but I believe I put it down to having a good environment around you, having good people, good mentors, coaches, because none of these people who have become what we all class great have done it on their own. So my advice, if you're chasing greatness, choose carefully your inner circle if greatness is what you're chasing. Thanks for listening.